A gunfire came from inside of that apartment and struck one of our officers twice.
A Wake County deputy shot in the line of duty. How he's doing tonight and what led up to this confrontation.
Plus, people from Elizabeth City take their concerns to Governor Cooper following the shooting death of Andrew Brown Jr., what they're hoping to accomplish.
And Coach K is calling it quits when he'll end his career at Duke, and what's next for the basketball team.
Now, local news that matters. This is CBS 17 News.
Good evening, I'm Angela Taylor.
And I'm Rod Carter. Glad you could join us tonight. We're going to begin tonight with a breaking news update. A Wake County deputy was shot twice with an assault rifle while serving an eviction notice in Raleigh.
Now, this happened at the River Birch Apartments off Old Wake Forest Road around 10:30 this morning. The deputy has been identified as Sergeant Ronald Waller.
Now, we do have team coverage for you tonight. Our Nick Sturdivant is live at the apartment complex where all of this happened. He'll fill us in on what led up to this.
But first, let's go to Amy Cutler live at Wake Med, where Waller underwent surgery. Amy, any word on his condition tonight?
Angela, the sheriff says that Waller remains in stable condition, meaning that his vitals are within the normal range, and he remains in Wake Med being treated at this hour. Now, we want to go to some video of the scene here at Wake Med earlier today when law enforcement from across the area came to the hospital to show their support for the injured deputy, Ronald Waller. The sheriff says Waller was shot twice with an assault rifle on his right side in the waist area. Investigators telling us Raleigh police responded to the shooting and rescued him, putting him in their patrol vehicle, meeting an ambulance nearby. That ambulance then took him to Wake Med. Sheriff Baker and the medical director, both speaking during a press conference this afternoon, responding to what happened.
It shows just how serious this job is. It shows you how serious every assignment inside within this office is dangerous.
We had an interdisciplinary team ready and waiting for the EMS crew when they arrived and sprang into action. That action has been decisive. It is ongoing.
Sheriff Baker tells me Waller has been with the department more than 20 years, much of that time spent in his current department executing eviction notices and other civil paperwork. We know Sheriff Waller's family has been notified. We're working to learn more about his time with the sheriff's office and about the specifics of exactly what happened. We will have another live report coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, we are live in Raleigh. Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News.
A lot of people praying for that family tonight. Now, we continue our team coverage with CBS 17's Nick Sturdivant. He's live on Old Wake Forest Road in Raleigh, near where this shooting took place.
And Nick, you have been following this story since the very beginning. What led up to this shooting?
Well, you guys, it looks much different here compared to earlier when we first got here at 11 a.m. The River Birch apartment complex is back open, fully back open to residents, and we do know now what led up to the shooting earlier.
A chaotic morning in Raleigh.
It's too close to home.
Swahida Green's apartment complex turning into a crime scene in just a matter of moments.
It's like, oh my God, in the early morning.
The Wake County Sheriff's Office say deputies were attempting to serve an eviction notice at an apartment at the River Birch apartment complex Wednesday morning.
Didn't get an answer at the door initially. Tried 2 or 3 other places.
When they came back to the initial apartment, they noticed a man cracking open the door. Sheriff Baker says the man then tried shutting the door on deputies. Moments later, the man started shooting with an assault rifle from inside, hitting 20-plus-year veteran Sergeant Ronald Waller.
Upon arrival, the officers located the deputy in front of the residence and conducted an emergency rescue.
These things make me angry.
The gunman, Raleigh police say, is 32-year-old Eddie Craig.
We all know times of heart, people are struggling. And you don't know mental health situations. People are suffering from a lot of different things. And you never know what's going to be on the other side of that door.
And you guys, we could not find a criminal record on Eddie Craig, the man in custody this evening, but we do know he faces a list of charges, including attempted murder. Live in Raleigh this evening, Nick Sturtevant, CBS 17 News.
All right, Nick, thank you for that update.
And thanks, Amy, as well for her report. And you can always look for breaking news updates on the CBS 17 News app and, of course, at CBS17.com as well.
Durham police are investigating a shooting that injured a man. Now, this happened in Durham around 11 this morning in front of a convenience store on Holloway Street. Police say one man was shot and taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. And get this, witnesses said they heard about 15 gunshots and jumped to the ground. Police are still investigating what led up to this shooting. No word on a possible suspect.
Cumberland County deputies continue investigating a shooting as well. This happened about 2 o'clock this afternoon near the intersection of Ireland Drive and Legion Road. Neighbors tell us someone was shot while driving and ended up crashing into a yard. Deputies have not released just how badly hurt that person is or if they have a suspect in custody. We'll keep you posted on that. Firefighters now know exactly what caused that fire that destroyed a pet shop in Fayetteville last month. Investigators say discarded smoking material started the flames. That fire started in the upstairs part of the Aquarama Pet Center. That's on Bragg Boulevard. It was unintentional, but now more than 90% of the animals who were in that building died. The building was so badly damaged, it's going to have to be demolished this week.
The death of Andrew Brown Jr. has sparked calls for change, with people from Elizabeth City taking their concerns to Governor Cooper today.
Yeah, sheriff's deputies shot and killed Brown while trying to serve warrants in April. Our Capitol reporter Michael Hyland live for us tonight in Raleigh. And Michael, what came out of this meeting?
Yeah, the people who came here say they want to see laws and policies change, saying they still have unanswered questions about what happened. Since Andrew Brown Jr.'s death in April in Pasquotank County, people have marched, demanding justice. On Wednesday, they took those demands to Raleigh, meeting with Governor Roy Cooper, Attorney General Josh Stein, and many other state leaders.
We have support because the racists in our community think we're wasting our time, and we would like to show them that we are not.
I appreciated hearing from them. It's clear that we have a lot of work to do to fight for racial justice.
Leaders of the Pasquotank County NAACP say they want changes to the state's body camera law. They say those videos should be presumed to be public records and to give families easier access to them.
There are many unanswered questions. Release the tape.
Pasquotank County District Attorney Andrew Womble played some of that video for reporters last month when he announced the deputies involved in the shooting would not face charges. He said Brown acted recklessly when he drove at the deputies while trying to get away. He also disagreed with the call for a special prosecutor to handle cases like this.
A special prosecutor or outside counsel is not accountable to the people of this judicial district. I am.
Republicans in the General Assembly have not supported calls to make body camera videos more easily available to the general public. They have gotten behind a change that would give families the ability to see that video within 5 days, but they haven't passed the bill yet that would allow for that. The group from Elizabeth City is heading to Washington tomorrow. They're going to be meeting with officials at the Department of Justice, wanting them to expedite the civil rights investigation into Brown's death. Live in Raleigh, Michael Hyland, CBS 17 News.
All right, Michael, thanks very much.
Well, for a second day in a row, we are seeing our fewest number of new COVID-19 cases in a year. The state reported 265 new cases. The percent positive remains low at 3.5, and there were 9 deaths reported. Now, the number of people in the hospital is up slightly. There are 610 patients seeking treatment for the virus across the state. That is up 4 from yesterday.
The vaccination rollout in North Carolina seems to have stalled a bit. 53.4% of adults in the state are partially vaccinated, and that means the number is the same as it was yesterday. 49.2% of adults are fully vaccinated. By the way, that's up 0.1% since yesterday. So far, more than 8.3 million doses have been administered.
If you're struggling to pay your rent, more help is on the way. Today, Governor Cooper announced a second round of payments through its HOPE program. The money is used to help struggling families pay rent and utilities. Today, he urged people to apply, even if you applied the first time and were not approved. Now, during the first phase of this program, $133 million was used to help 36,000 families statewide. Now, if you're approved, the checks are sent directly to landlords and utility companies.
All right, some breaking sports news for you tonight. Coach K May is retiring. He's going to leave Duke University at the end of the 2021-2022 season. Sports anchor Alyssa Ray is joining us now with all the details on his retirement and a look at the coach's 41 years leading the Blue Devils. Alyssa.
Yeah, Rod, the winningest coach in D1 men's basketball history is calling it a career after the upcoming season. Mike Krzyzewski became a household name to sports fans everywhere. He led Duke to 5 national championships and 12 Final Fours at the helm of the Blue Devils. But Coach K's impact on the game goes far beyond his accolades. He also produced 28 lottery picks and 41 first-round NBA selections and has influenced countless coaches and fans. One of those is former UNC head coach and fellow Hall of Famer Roy Williams, who just retired at the end of this season. He spoke about his coaching counterpart today on the golf course.
I think, it's everybody knows it's coming, but Mike's been fantastic for the game of basketball. He's been fantastic for college basketball, been fantastic for the ACC, the greatest rivalry in sports, Duke, North Carolina basketball. He's been a good friend. He's been a guy I've respected a great deal. He made everybody bring their A game for years and years and years.
Associate head coach John Shire is expected to become the next head coach of the Duke Blue Devils, but no announcement has been officially made yet from the university, but we expect one soon. Rod, Angela.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll keep our eye on that one. It's going to be a big appointment.
Major changes coming. Well, getting people back to work in North Carolina.
We're steadily seeing more jobs being created. We're steadily seeing more people return to work.
Lawmakers are hoping to get more people off unemployment by offering bonuses. We're digging deeper into when people will ever see any of that extra cash.
We are almost at a month since the governor reopened the state. Tonight, we're digging deeper into whether he moved too fast.
And we're continuing to keep an eye on the radar. Thunderstorms moving through most of the area from south to north. Heavy rain with thunder and lightning is what to expect. And while there's no severe weather in our area, our friends just to the south in Duplin County, a confirmed tornado on the ground right now. We'll keep an eye on that, but for our purposes, plan on more wet weather in the next couple of days. I'll tell you how much rain we're expecting in less than 10 minutes.
A bill is moving forward that allows a bonus for people who leave unemployment to take a job.
But how likely is it people will actually ever see any of that cash? CBS 17's Bridget Chapman joins us live after digging into the hurdles it faces. Bridget.
Yeah, Rod, Angela, that bill was passed by Senate last night and now heads to Congress. But here's the thing. The part of the bill that we're talking about, the bonus where these people will actually get money, still needs an act by Congress.
Discussion or debate.
State senators pass a bill to incentivize people to get back to work.
I believe there is a percentage of the population that's gotten comfortable and gotten out of the habit of looking for a job.
The bill offers people receiving unemployment benefits up to $1,500 to take a job and keep it. Republicans say many aren't going back to work as they've become comfortable collecting unemployment at home. Democrats say it shows a need for higher wages.
This labor market is not like anything we've ever really seen before.
John Quinterno with Duke University says the unemployment rate's dropping as more people find work, but there are about 23,000 fewer jobs in the Raleigh-Durham area than a year ago.
So while things have come back, we are still not back to where we were.
He says the pandemic changed how a lot of jobs operate and made people reassess their expectations. The jobs not being filled tend to be in lower paying industries, which in some cases aren't paying as much as unemployment might.
What does that say about the underlying job that would be paying less than that?
The funds would come from recent stimulus federal money, which means the bonus portion of the bill needs an act by Congress. Republicans say they're talking to members of Congress to act on it with urgency.
If things move slowly in government, we're probably closer to that just expiring on its own. So I'm not quite sure why now.
That federal stimulus money is set to expire at the beginning of September. Now, half the country, mainly Republican-led states, have all quit that, stopped those federal payments so far. Now, Oklahoma and Arizona have done similar incentive programs like this one being discussed here. Reporting live in Raleigh, Bridget Chapman, CBS 17 News.
All right, Bridget, thanks for that live report.
Well, a new report today shows the state's unemployment rate dropped again in May. It's now 4.4%. It was 5% in April. The number of people employed increased by 4,900, and the number of people unemployed went down by more than 11,000. The state hit its peak unemployment rate early in the pandemic when it reached 13.5%.
I know a lot of you are getting hit by rain right now, so you're probably not thinking about this, but the burn ban has been lifted for 26 North Carolina counties, and that includes Cumberland, Harnett, Hoke, Lee, Moore, Sampson, and Wayne. We are getting rain, of course, as I just mentioned, and more rain expected this weekend. By the way, you can now apply for a burn permit.
And let's go ahead and take you outside as we're tracking that rain as it moves through the area tonight. The Chevy Weather Beast out on the roads this evening, not coming down too hard, but it is pretty much, Wes, a steady rainfall out there. So what are we expecting as we go into the evening? Can we have any patio dinners?
It's not going to rain all night, so we're seeing most of the rain right now, Angela. We've got good chances the next 2 days as well. So let's start here in the triangle. You can see heavy downpours with thunder and lightning, breezy conditions. That's what you can expect in your neighborhood as these showers and thunderstorms move from south to northeast very slowly. I mean, I know we never like thunderstorms, but let's be honest, we need it. It is very, very dry outside. Our yards are brown already. The crops need it. So this is welcome news, even though thunderstorms aren't usually welcome news. You can see up in Hillsborough and Orange County, that's one of the stronger thunderstorms moving up to the north. That's going to head for Person County. Some heavier storms out along I-95. There's Wilson and Wilson County. Here's I-95 right there. You can see that storm is moving slowly north through parts of Edgecombe County. You guys in Tarboro and Rocky Mount getting some heavy rain. Big picture, though, and to answer Angela's question, you can see there's a lot of dry space on the radar. So it's not going to rain all night from now till midnight or anything. These storms move out and then we'll lower the rain chances a whole bunch. I do want to point out for our friends down in Duplin County. So this is outside of central North Carolina's area. However, I know a lot of us know Duplin County. You go to the beach, you drive through I-40, you drive through Wallace. They have a confirmed tornado on the ground. It crossed Highway 117, which runs parallel to I-40. Again, there's Rose Hill. We all know the winery there. Again, you all see the exit for Wallace when you go to the beach on I-40 down toward Wilmington. So they have, and as we look at the circulating winds here on the Doppler wind analyzer here on our radar, you can see that's where the storm is producing a tornado. Just crossed I-40. And again, that's in Duplin County. Their tornado warning continues. We'll keep an eye on that for you, let you know any more damage and what's going on with that over the course of the next 90 minutes. In the meantime, we made it into the 80s today, then the rain came along and cooled us off to around 70. But remember, this time of year when rain comes through and cools us off, it's still a steam bath outside, so we have that going for us. But again, temperatures made it into the 80s today. Some rain has dropped us into the mid and upper 70s down in the Sandhill. So as we head into tonight, we'll keep those rain chances elevated for the next couple of hours. Then we'll really tone things down overnight. It'll be mostly dry, but still mostly cloudy. And our temperatures aren't going to really move that much. We've done a lot of cooling in the last couple of hours, and we're not going to do much more going into the overnight hours. But we are going to do this rain dance 2 more times before we get into the weekend. So here we are tomorrow morning with cloudy skies and mostly dry weather. Lunchtime, we're going to start to see a few more showers and storms pop up. This is at noon tomorrow. Thunderstorms in the afternoon, as well as a few thunderstorms in the evening. Tomorrow is our best chance of rain, but we still have some rain Friday as well. So late Thursday night will dry out, calm down a little bit. Then some more thunderstorms as we head into Friday morning. We'll have some dry time in the middle part of the day Friday. Here we are at lunchtime, and then a few more thunderstorms possible as we head into Friday night. With the storms tomorrow comes a marginal risk of severe weather. Damaging wind will be our biggest threat. So we'll keep an eye on the storms the next 2 days, but look what happens this weekend. Things dry out a bit and heat up, and your exclusive 10-day forecast keeps it pretty warm next week with a few scattered showers and storms most every day.
All right, Wes, thank you very much. New technology could help stop the spread of COVID-19.
It's no longer okay to walk into a school or walk into a place of business or a theater or wherever, a sporting event, with a low-grade fever.
How thermal scanners are being used to track your temperature and why this could be part of the new normal.
You're watching CBS 17, local news that matters.